Christ. First off, to parents and residents of Hempstead, recognizing our Deputy Mayor who's here, Bishop Hobbs, to the rest of the trustees, Trustee Figueroa, to the City School Board trustees who are present, to my colleagues who are concerned about the children of Hempstead. Also recognizing my captain of the fire department, Jeffrey Spencer, and to my team. To all you, again, good evening. My name is Randy. I'm Hempstead born and Hempstead bred. I am a graduate of the Hempstead school system. I graduated in 2009. My original class would have been I graduated in 2008. My original class was 2009. From there, I went to higher education at Nassau Community College. And from there, I went on to seek certifications such as a emergency medical technician. I'm currently in classes to receive my paramedic license. My message to you on today, tomorrow, and even after this election is that the children count. Like Mr. Myers, I too believe in education, but more so than that, I believe in Hempstead education. Hempstead has produced great things out of me, and we can do great things in the children's Hempstead. But right now, we're facing a crisis. The crisis is that we're only graduating 30% of our children. So, my hope is that today you can hear what I stand for and where I stand on the issues. And hopefully, after hearing me, you'll go out on the 20th and vote for the candidate of your choice. But hopefully, after hearing me, you'll vote for me for row 8.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for sharing this afternoon with us and hear our points. My name is Maribel Ture. I was born, as you can hear me, in Mexico. Education is very important for me. Always has been linked to my life. I met my husband through education, Mahmoudou, who came from Africa with a scholarship. And together we came to the United States. We moved to Hempstead, where we are raising our family. And education is so much to me that I'm working for NYU, the School of Medicine, and I'm a very worried mother that I want to see all my children and everybody's children in the community succeed and have the positions that all we deserve when we met our goals. Education is the key that we can give to every child to succeed in life. And in Hempstead, we are not working through it. And I think today we are making the first step to make changes necessary to achieve this goal. All together working, we can achieve this goal. My husband and me, we have all the difference in the world, but we've been happy for 25 years, and we are learning and enjoying each other. It's what we can do as a community, as a school district, and as a goal for everybody in Hempstead. Thank you.
Good evening. My bad. First of all, I'd like to thank the Long Island Civic Engagement Table, TCF, Long Island Winds, Hempstead Thomas neighborhood. My name is Ricky Cook. I was born and raised here in Hempstead. I'm a proud product of Hempstead Public School System. I remember what Hempstead schools were at one time, and I know what they can be again. I had a son who graduated in 2012. A lot of the people in this room I went to school with. A lot of people in this school I happen to have taught their kids in this district because I had the honor, and I do say honor, of working as a substitute teacher here in Hempstead for 3 years. I think it's important to get back to where it was that we were at one time. And I know we can do that. And I hear folks say things like, everything is not bad in Hempstead. And I agree with that. As an athlete, I knew that there were 5 people on the starting basketball team. And whenever there was an issue and the coach had seen something wrong, he would make substitutions. Didn't mean he got rid of the entire team. It simply means he made substitutions that made the team work better to reach our goal. And that's what I think needs to happen here. Everything here in Hempstead is not bad, but I do believe, and I think you agree when I say that we do need a couple subs.
Good evening, my the organizations who contributed to tonight's presentation. Last year, about fourth quarter, we did a county executive race. And in that county executive race, every one of the candidates began to talk about Hempstead. They talked about the Hempstead school system. They talked about the Hempstead government at large. And everybody talked about what they would do if they were elected. Well, the election is over, and we've seen none of them. And as I sat in that meeting, my righteous indignation rose. Because as a resident of Hempstead, they began to talk about the dismal disdain as they talked about the lack of leadership, the lack of brilliance, the lack of creativity, the lack of smarts. And I sat there and said, they can't be talking about me, because I know I'm all of the above. But at the end of the day, they didn't segregate me out of the situation. They lumped us all together. So it was then that I went on 30 days of fasting and praying. Because the Bible says in all thy ways, if you acknowledge him, he's going to direct your path. So I made up my mind then, I'm joining this race. Why? Because at the end of the day, we're greater than everything they said we're not. We're brighter, we're stronger, we're wiser. Our children are greater than everything they said that we're not. So what do we have to do tonight? We've got to drop our cultural differences. We've got to drop our religious differences. We've got to drop our political differences. And if the children really count, then let's make it work for the children.
Good evening. First of all, I want to thank all the organizations responsible for this forum. My name is Tina Hodge Bowles. I'm a resident. I've been a resident of Hempstead for over 40 years. I'm not a product of the Hempstead School District. I'm from Bluefield, West Virginia, and I'm one of 14 children. I came to New York to secure an education. My first 2 years was Nassau Community College. Then I transferred to Delphi University, where I graduated Bachelor's of Social Work. During that time, I was working with a program called the Alliance of Minority Group Leaders, and that program is called Operation Get Ahead. I have been a community leader and a servant in this community for over 40 years, and the reason I feel that I am and can make a difference because I have seen what our children would do once they're given the proper support, the tools, the resources, and of course we do prevention and intervention as opposed to crisis. It can make a difference. I feel we need to change, as my role says, role C. We have to put the children first. We need a change, and we can do that through the community and collaboration, and consistency is key. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, let's get started. The first question will be